I think we've been struck by an epidemic, but somehow no one seems to notice. I call it the optimization epidemic, and I think it might just kill us. Nowadays, everything is about optimizing your life, to automate as much as we can and reduce our daily tasks as much as possible. We buy robot vacuum machines and lawnmowers, or coffee machines with timers, get groceries delivered to our doorstep, or ready-made meals, or skip the meal altogether and just have a shake instead. All in the name of saving time. And you know what? I totally get it. Time is, after all, the most valuable resource on Earth. But the question I keep coming back to is, what are we actually saving all of this time for? Because as far as I'm concerned, this extra time we buy ourselves with all the gadgets we get talked into purchasing is simply more time to be productive and ultimately more time to optimize. I love grocery shopping. I love aimlessly wandering around the aisles, checking out all of the products I've probably seen before but forgotten all about. My boyfriend, on the other hand, loves efficiency. His goal is to be in and out, grab the usual, and get it over with. If it were up to him, he'd just order his groceries and have them delivered to our door. Something I just can't get on board with. And that's not because I disagree that it would save us a lot of time, but because I know that the time saved doesn't actually give us any more time than we had to begin with. Not only that, but I think some things lose some of their value the moment we try to optimize them. You see, ordering groceries means eating the same things on rotation. It means sticking to what you know and not venturing out. And although it seems so minuscule, eliminating those grocery store trips means losing moments of connection.
She really wants a dog.
And discovery. A new vegetable, a stroke of inspiration for a recipe long forgotten, or a new favorite snack.
So good. Right?
Yeah.
It seems that if you stick to the convenient, you might never find the unexpected.
Do you think that we sometimes much two of these each?
Now, I'm not saying that everyone must do their groceries instead of ordering them. But it's just one example of a much bigger pattern where every minute is scheduled or judged by its utility, and in the process leaving no space for curiosity or creativity or to simply just be. Because even in my free time, my first instinct is to optimize it as much as possible. Squeeze in as much as I can, and still somehow be productive. To the point where my free time doesn't really feel so free anymore. And rest doesn't really feel so restful. The truth is that no matter how much you try to optimize your time, you'll never have enough of it. And ironically, I feel that the constant pursuit of saving time is simultaneously the biggest waste of it. Perhaps the most meaningful change we can make sometimes is to de-optimize our lives. To stop viewing it as something that needs to be fixed, and just let things take however long they need to take, or to do something wholly and entirely unproductive, and ultimately, to learn how to just do nothing. Right. But how do you actually do that? Well, admittedly, I haven't fully figured that one out yet, because it turns out that doing nothing is harder than doing literally anything else. Not to mention the guilt that comes with it. But I do think it's something that requires a change in mindset. To not view time as something that should only be utilized to serve some greater goal or purpose in the future, but rather just seeing it as time that should be well spent. And spending time well does not mean it has to be productive at all, but that's something that takes practice and patience. Which is why I'm happy to announce that today's video is sponsored by Headspace. I first downloaded Headspace in 2017, And although I haven't always been consistent with meditating, I have consistently come back to Headspace throughout the years. I think meditation is one of the best examples of the difficulty to actually sit in stillness. When you first start to meditate, it seems like it almost makes you more restless. You have all these thoughts racing through your head, thinking about what is left on your to-do list or what to have for dinner, or just thinking about the fact that your thoughts are running wild in the first place. But with practice, those thoughts will become more quiet, and sitting in stillness won't be as hard anymore.
We can't keep going and going. We're going to need to pause and breathe. What's up to us is if we decide to intentionally slow down, or if our bodies decide for us.
Especially at this time of year where productivity and doing more is a hot topic in everyone's resolutions, it seems, I think Headspace will be the perfect companion to remind me that it's okay to do less every once in a while. Even if that's only for 5 minutes, because just 5 minutes of Headspace a day is already proven to reduce stress. If you want to set the foundation for a strong year ahead, you can try Headspace entirely for free for 60 days by using my link in the description box or scanning the QR code on screen. Thank you, Headspace, for sponsoring this video. Am I saying you shouldn't optimize anything? No, of course not. There is real value in optimizing some parts of your life. But just because we can optimize almost everything, it doesn't mean that we should. And I think what scares me the most about all of this is that the very things that we're so eager to optimize and eliminate from our lives are often the things that make life feel like life, and what makes humans human. It's all of these tiny moments of connection and meaning and discovery that seem so insignificant in the moment, but they do add up over time, and a life without them, to me, feels weirdly empty. Because life, for the most part, happens in the in-between. And contrary to popular belief, it's not there for you to eliminate it, but to just let it be and do nothing about it. If optimization forces us to treat every moment as a means to an end, then doing nothing is the refusal to turn life into a means. So grant yourself the time to spend it how you want to, in spite of how much more efficient it could be. Let the groceries take 40 minutes or let the meal simmer for 30. Let yourself indulge in a so-called waste of time, and above all, question what a waste of time actually is more often.